Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. My name is Joe and we're here outside Old Trafford this morning. Bit grey, bit rainy, but you know what? It's all looking good because Marcus Rashford has been given an Honorary Doctorate at the University of Manchester. And it says here, Manchester United and England footballer, I'm going to say Manchester United and England hero, Marcus Rashford will receive an Honorary Doctorate from the University of Manchester today. The award, which is the highest honour the university can bestow, you know it's good when words like bestow are being used, will be for his remarkable campaign against child poverty off the field and outstanding sporting achievements on the pitch. At 22 years old, he will be the youngest ever recipient of an honorary degree from the University of Manchester. The university, like Marcus, has social responsibility, trying to take some of Marcus' social responsibility off him. That's not right. Has social responsibility at its core, and given such awards to Sir Alex Ferguson and Sir Bobby Charlton, showing a long history with the club that Marcus is now a part of. Marcus has said, "It's a proud day for myself and my family. When you look at the great names that have been awarded this doctorate in the past, it's humbling. We still have a long way to go to fight child poverty in this country, but receiving recognition from your city means you're heading in the right direction, and that means a lot. Thank you to the University of Manchester." No, don't thank them. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Dr. Marcus, actually. Dr. Marcus Rashford. Thank you very much. Very well deserved to Marcus Rashford. There obviously his work on and off the pitch has been excellent this year. And like I said, the youngest ever recipient. Look at him cruising around. I'm expecting a stethoscope round his neck, white jacket, performing medical checks if and when necessary. What a guy. But it's not just the University of Manchester that are keen on Marcus Rashford as we move on to our next story of the day, coming from The Independent. And this is Miguel Delaney, their chief football writer, saying that PSG have made Marcus Rashford their number one transfer target this summer. Miguel Delaney goes on to say that Paris Saint-Germain have had an awful lot of time to plan for next season, but manager Thomas Tuchel has been absolutely unwavering on one view. There's been no second guessing himself or mulling it over. The German sees Marcus Rashford as a top target. Tuchel has been even more emphatic when discussing it with key figures around the club. He thinks England don't realise how good a player Marcus Rashford really is. He's just been given an honorary doctorate from the University of Manchester. Who are you trying to tell that we don't know how good he is? The Old Trafford hierarchy, however, and the University of Manchester greatly value Rashford. It may take quite the offer to see how much. Even in this COVID-19 deflated market, which sounds like the worst market stall of all time, by the way. Welcome to the COVID-19 deflated market. We ain't got any air and the generator's broke. United would love over £100 million. Tuchel would probably be willing to pay it. Seems a bit guessworky, doesn't it? The PSG boss adores Rashford's directness and versatility. He feels that his willingness to run as some of the more selfless aspects of his game can greatly complement Neymar and Kylian Mbappe. First of all, before we get into the chances of this happening, which I'll give you a hint, are zero. Imagine how good a front line of Neymar, Mbappe and Rashford would be. Almost as good as Martial, Greenwood and Rashford. If Real Madrid can eventually make their move for Mbappe, this shows also what Tuchel prizes. He feels Rashford can play in a number of positions without his level dropping in any of them. That versatility is of particular value to Tuchel because of the variety he loves in his team's attacks, as well as the desire for them to interchange and offer a whirlwind of movement. He sees Rashford as the perfect model of the modern dynamic attacking player. You see those who can fit into the most elite teams. Apparently, though, it isn't only the interest Rashford has had from a major continental club. Barcelona were very keen last year, which we can confirm, at the time when they were trying to increase their points of attack and trying to figure out who was best to sign. They felt Rashford would have been perfectly suited to La Liga. They were also particularly impressed with his England form and felt these showed that bigger names bring out even more in the 22-year-old. First of all, insulting to Man United, suggesting that there are bigger names playing for England than there are at Man United. Absolute disgrace. Second of all, it's not the first time teams have been interested in Marcus Rashford. We can hardly be surprised. He's on a personal best 21 goals this season, equal top scorer for Manchester United alongside Anthony Martial. There's no wonder people are looking from outside thinking your striker's nice, isn't he? Well, he is nice and you're not having him. And the chances of this happening are absolutely minute, I would say. First of all, PSG, I'm sure they've got the money. I'm sure Thomas Tuchel likes him. Why wouldn't he like him? United ain't selling Marcus Rashford. Not Dr. Marcus Rashford. Stethoscope. He's doing examinations on hedgehogs in the park these days because he's got his stethoscope. He's a vet as well, I think. They're giving him an honorary veterinary degree, probably. He deserves it. Give him everything. He's not going anywhere. PSG, keep looking. Not happening. Finally then, this is an exclusive from James Ducker of The Telegraph, and he says that Manchester United are open to offers for 6 players to boost the transfer funds, and one of those 6 players is not Marcus Rashford. I'll give you that spoiler alert right away. Alexis Sanchez, Chris Smalling, Marcus Rojo, Phil Jones, Jesse Lingard and Diogo Dalot could all be considered dispensable. PES style. Manchester United will listen to offers for 6 players this summer as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer seeks to raise funds to swell his transfer kitty. That is one of the most disgusting and disturbing sentences I've ever seen, and if you have seen a swollen transfer kitty knocking about anywhere, do report it to either a doctor or the police. Alexis Sanchez, Chris Smalling, Marcus Rojo, Phil Jones, Jesse Lingard and Diogo Dalot could all be sold if the right offers come in as Solskjaer prepares to step up his Old Trafford rebuild. Solskjaer's priority in the transfer market is a right-sided forward, with the Borussia Dortmund and England winger Jadon Sancho his leading target, but he would also like to bring in another striker and a centre-half if finances allow it. So that suggests to me that the sale of these 6 players is not to finance the transfer of Jadon Sancho, but to finance extra, ancillary, continuary transfers. That's not even a word, but you know what I'm saying. That's a good sign to me. That means that the money is there for Sancho already, and that these players, if they were to go, would only to bring in extra reinforcements. Again, let's go over those names and what we think of those. Alexis Sanchez seems to have been, according to the stats, one of the best players since lockdown in Italy, only second to Cristiano Ronaldo in their average rating. So he's gone. He's one of the best players in the world. Inter are going to love to have him. Chris Smalling, again, without the tone of sarcasm this time, actually a very good defender who has impressed at Roma. Would be happy to see him find a new home in Rome there. Marcus Rojo, I think the last I heard of him, he was smoking fags in Argentina, wasn't he? That was the news story, breaking lockdown and all that. But, you know, if he wants to go, seems like he does, he'll be off. Phil Jones, I don't know where he's going to go. Jesse Lingard, not really featured in the squad much recently. Links to Inter Milan as well, but I think everyone just gets linked to Inter Milan these days, don't they? And Diogo Dalot, who maybe it would be upsetting to see him go, still only 21 or 22 years old and has got a lot of potential. But if Solskjaer sees him as a way to make some funds for more important signings, maybe we're going to have to do it. Right, let me know what you think to that list of players. Are there anyone on there that you think we should be keeping? Is there anyone who isn't on there who you think, well, United could probably do without him at this point? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know of what you think to Dr. Marcus Rashford, swanning around Manchester in his lab coat with his stethoscope on for all the great work he's done. We all love Marcus Rashford, don't we? He ain't going to PSG. Let me know what you think to that rumour in the comments. I reckon Thomas Tuchel wants him. I reckon he does want him, but come on, he's not going anywhere. He's our boy, isn't he? Right, that's going to be all from me. We're going to be back today for Howson and McCullough Uncensored, so make sure you check that one out. Make sure you stay with Stretford. Paddock, we're going to be covering all the game tomorrow for Crystal Palace against Manchester United. Back to winning ways, hopefully, for Manchester United. Thank you for tuning in this morning. See you in a bit.